Elishon. Now for our starting lineup for the Wallace Dothan Saints. Batting first and playing second base, number 3, Terrence T.J. Grimes. Batting second, right fielder, number 24, T.J. Dunn. From Daphne, Alabama, number 26, Jake DeValk. That's your starting lineup for your LBW Saints. Let's play some baseball. Let's go, we're ready to go. Leading off the top of the first inning for Wallace Dothan. Let's go, we're ready to go. Leading off the top of the first inning for Wallace Dothan. Shortstop, number 2, Kason Eubanks.
Hi everybody, welcome in. It is time for game number 2 on day number 3 of the ACCC D2 Baseball Championships. Signature Field, Chakalaka Park, here in Oxford, Alabama. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage, and stepping in to start it off is Kason Eubanks. By virtue of a tossed coin, the home and away team decided in the losers bracket. So as a result, LBW is the home team, and Wallace Dothan is the visitor. Only in the winners bracket does the seeding matter. Now that may change a little bit based on the fact that a 5 seed is now advanced to the championship, and they are going to be playing a lower seeded team, whether it be 1, 2, or 3. So you may have a 5 become the home team in the championship without a coin toss as a result of their undefeated mark going in, but we'll talk about all of that later. Wallace Dothan sending Kason Eubanks to the plate to start it off. Sean Darnell hitting second. Brody Capps is the 3-hitter. There was a walk to Eubanks.
Eubanks draws the walk. Now your batter's third baseman, number 17, Sean Darnell.
Base runner gets aboard for Sean Darnell. 4-hitter Warwick Wilmot, Grayson Ash batting 5th. Ray Jordan, the 6-hitter, Logan Johnson hits 7th. Slade Seaborn is the 8-hitter, and Jake Smith batting 9th. Jake Duvall getting the start on the hill for the Saints. Meanwhile, Holland Brock is behind the plate. Shelton Arroyo at first. Second baseman T.J. Grimes. Shortstop is Aiden Amos, and the third baseman Joshua Shelley. Got an outfield of Alex McCraney in left. Center fielder Jack O'Brien. It's a foul ball in the direction of first. And the right fielder is T.J. Dunsford. Why is a 2 o'clock game getting underway a little after 3? Well, we can thank the Coyotes and Trojans. They played 11 innings. And eventually the Coyotes win it by 1. Which, of course, also means your nightcap between Central Alabama and one of these two teams will not start at 5. There's a base hit for Sean Darnell. Almost got tagged out, did Eubanks at second. Running well past the bag, and the throw came in quickly from Dunsford. Couple of base runners aboard for Brody Capps. Warwick Wilmot to the on-deck circle. That one will rattle around the legs of Brock and allow runners to move up. So a couple of base runners aboard, both in scoring position. Wallace Dothan getting here after losing to Coastal North by knocking off Bishop State 9-7. And then LBW got into that war of 18-12 with Enterprise State. Took about 3+ hours to complete. But the Saints are here, taking on the Govs. Shot towards Dunsford in right field. It'll be a base hit. In is Eubanks. Darnell goes to third. Caps with the throw to the plate to second. Three at-bats into the game. And here comes Brandon Ware to talk to Jake Duvall. Well, it's an elimination game. We can't play around long. So Brandon Ware out to have a conversation with his starting pitcher. I believe last night the Saints starter lasted an inning and a third. So the visit from Coach Ware over. Duvall facing Warwick Wilmot. In a one-zip game early in this one. But as we know, these games got a lot more innings, a lot more at-bats. 1 run, 2 on, nobody gone, top of the first. Certainly does, in no stretch, the whole baseball story tell. Hit by the pitch is Wilmot, and now it's loaded. And now activity in the LBW bullpen.
Catcher number 7, Grayson Ash.
Well, as soon as you had a hit batsman, you had a couple of guys run towards the bullpen. And the Saints already working on some soft throws in the pen. I believe that is Dominique Scavone who is warming up. Wrapped over towards Grimes. Goes to second for 1. Throw on to first. Double play. Grayson Ash wraps into the 4-6-3. Darnell will score, but there's 2 gone.
Designated hitter, Reed Jordan.
Caps goes to third. Ray Jordan, the DH, followed by Logan Johnson. And if you're Jake Duvall at this point, if you can get out of the top of the first with only 2 runs plating, you're about as happy as you could be. Based on the fact a run was in and the bases were loaded with nobody gone. Two-0 pitch to Jordan. Jordan, the starting pitcher against Coastal North, and then played the DH role against Bishop State, and doing the same against the Saints. High toss, inside as well, 3-1. Now down to first with a walk goes Jordan. That'll be the second DeValk walk.
And now your batters number 3, left fielder Logan.
And brings Logan Johnson to the plate. Couple of scores from elsewhere. Got softball today as well here on JockJive. In Monroeville, Chat Valley gets their first conference win of the year, beating Coastal North in 5, 12-2. And in Bay Minette, Coastal South with a 4-3 win over Sneed State. A 1 pitch to Logan Johnson. Slade Seaborn on deck. On the inside with a pitch. All of these conference teams with 4 meetings between one another during the course of the season. And the 4 meetings between these two in the regular season were all won by Wallace Dothan. In Dothan won 10-4 and 8-4. And in Andalusia, 7-zip and 7-6. One-two pitch to Logan Johnson. Over to third, Shelley's got it. Fires to first, gets Johnson on the 5-3. Couple of runners stranded. 2 runs in, we go to the bottom of the first. The Saints coming to bat.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
One pitch, one away. TJ grinds with a ground out to third. Charnell in the first. Sean Darnell. And there's one away.
TJ Dunsford.
Base hit into right field. TJ Dunsford.
Dunsford on the hit. Now coming to the plate. Third baseman number 2, Joshua Shelley.
Joshua Shelley, followed by Shelton Arroyo. Let's get the lineup set for you. TJ Grimes, the one-hitter. TJ Dunsford batting second. Joshua Shelley third. Shelton Arroyo, the four guy. Marco Navarro batting fifth. Hollenbrock sixth. Aiden Amos is the seven-hitter. Alex McCraney hits eighth. And Jack O'Brien batting ninth. Ellis Young getting the start on the hill for Wallace Dothan. Grayson Ash behind the plate. Warwick Wilmot at first. Second baseman Jake Smith. Shortstop Kason Eubanks. Sean Darnell at third. Logan Johnson in left. Slade Seaborn in center. And the right fielder is Brody Capps. Joshua Shelley with a base runner aboard, one away. Into the strike zone, 3-1 after a 3-0 start in the at-bat. Three-one pitch, that's into the zone 2 and the count runs full. Shelley tops in home runs, tops in RBIs. In the top 10 in batting average, it has been a stellar year for Joshua Shelley. At the plate with the base runner at first. Yon with his back turned to the runner goes. And you got a strikeout of Joshua Shelley. And I think Coach Eiley is going to come out and suggest that Shelley interfered with the throw designed to get Dunsford. Shelley thought he was taking a trip to first with a walk. Kind of leaned in the direction of first, which was in the line of the throw by Ash, designed to try to pick off Dunsford. On the inside part of the plate, the Shelton Arroyo. Marco Navarro to the on-deck circle. Seaborn, Smith, and Eubanks when you get to the second for Wallace Dothan. High and away with the pitch. Coastal North in an 11-inning game. Knocking off Central Alabama. They are in to Sunday's noontime championship. And now they're either hanging around the ballpark or back in the hotel and just hope these two games, the LBW Wallace Dothan game and then the game 9 slated for 5 o'clock, go about 15, 20 innings. And they'll take on whoever rises to the top tomorrow at noon. 1-2 pitch, fouled away by Arroyo. And of course, two, that loss by Central Alabama soured even more by the apparent loss of their shortstop, Jake Hammonds. Awkward slide into second, trying to get to the bag before a runner did. And did something to the leg, the ankle, and had to be carried off the field. Let's hope it is not nearly as bad as it looked. 1-2 pitch to Shelton Arroyo. That will get out of play. That meeting, by the way, of these two teams, that happened a long time ago, back in February. These are not the two teams in late April, nearly May, that played in February. Count even in 2 on Shelton Arroyo. Your field of 6 originally. Trimmed down to 4 last night. After this one, down to 3. After the next one, down to 2. And tomorrow we'll either have a noontime only game or a noon and 3 o'clock game. 3-2 pitch inside on the walk given to Arroyo.
Arroyo draws the walk. And batter is designated hitter number 4, Marco Navarro.
Marco Navarro coming to the plate. Highland Brock follows on deck. On the outside part of the plate to Navarro. LBW probably came into the tournament as one of the hotter teams on a double-digit win streak. Dropped into right field by Navarro, rounding third, Dunsford. He'll come in to score. Saints cut the lead in half.
That brings up your catcher, number 29, Brock Holland.
Brock Holland coming to the plate. Aiden Amos to the on-deck circle. Couple of base runners on, tying run at third. Bottom of the first. And that might have got Navarro. It did, trying to dig his way back. Picked off at first. Well, he'll get a pat for driving in the run. He'll get chastised for getting picked off at first as we go to the second.
Leading off the top of the second, for the Govs, center fielder number 9, Slade Seaborn.
Top of the second, Slade Seaborn coming to the plate. Jake Smith and Kason Eubanks due up in the inning 2. That one sneaks by Shelley down the line into left field. And Seaborn on his way to second with a leadoff double.
Seaborn standing up with the double. Brings up number 25, second baseman, Jake Smith.
Third Wallace Dothan base hit of the game. And by the way, the game that preceded, our hit parade continued. Every game played thus far has had 20-plus hits, 27 in the game that preceded. And again, working on a 20-hit game in this one. And a pace to get there with 5 already in this one. Bunt laid down by Smith, bobbled by DeValk. Everybody's safe. So the E1 has got Smith at first and Seaborn to third.
Shortstop, Kason Eubanks.
And we are back to the top of the order. Kason Eubanks, who walked in the first, coming to the plate here in the second. Saints struggled a little bit with the error bug last night, committing 4 in the game against Enterprise State. Kason Eubanks, high fly ball left field on the warning track. Catch made by Alex McCraney. Seaborn tags and scores. Smith stays over at first.
Sean Darnell.
And there's one away for Sean Darnell. Darnell with a single and a run scored in the first. Well, we're at that point where there are far fewer games to go than have been played. This is game 8, game 9 to follow. Tomorrow, just 2, and maybe just 1. One of these 2 teams hopes there is 2 on Sunday. And so does Central Alabama. But there is one team uninterested in a couple of games on Sunday, and that is Coastal North. Two and 1 the count on Darnell. Brody Capps is on deck. Holland Amos and McCraney when you get to the second for LBW. Runner goes and the throw is off the mark. In with the stolen base is Jake Smith. Darnell with a single and a run scored. That happened in the first inning. Jake DeValk, who got a visit from Brandon Ware. 3 at-bats into the first. Got a runner on at second. 1 hop to Grinds at second. Darnell out on the 4-3 that sends Smith the third.
Now you batters number 4, right fielder Brody Caps.
Two outs for Brody Caps. Warwick Wilmot is on deck. On the inside part of the plate. Couple of strikes, and it is 0-2. DeValk does not have a K thus far today. We've seen him in one other game. As this one is ground in the direction of third. That is a foul ball. And back to the plate will go Caps. DeValk came into the Central Alabama game and worked 2/3 of the ninth. Phase 3, no strikeouts, 1 walk, no hits and no runs. And getting the start in this one. It will stay 0-2. DeValk on the year, 42 1/3 innings of work. 5-2 record. 2 complete games. He has started games and relieved in games. About a 50-50 split. 47 hits given up. 33 runs, 27 earned. 23 each in the walks and strikeouts. To the warning track, but a fly out by Brody Caps to right. 1 run left on and 1 run in. As we head to the bottom of the second in a 3-1 game. Well, hopefully by now you've followed us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. And we hope you are already subscribed to our YouTube channel. If not, love for you to be. You might not be watching on YouTube. You could be. If you're watching on our website, you are. If you're watching on the ACCC website, you're not. And if you're not, always go to YouTube and put JockJive Sports in the search engine. Find us and subscribe.
Out the bottom of the second.
The more the merrier.
For the Saints, number 29, catcher Brock Holland.
Bottom of the second gets underway. Brock Holland, Aiden Amos, and Alex McCraney due up in the inning. Well, I mentioned too, we're trying to pursue 4,000 subscribers. Looks like we're somewhere inside 80 away from that 4,000 mark. And what will we do once we hit 4? You know what we'll do? We'll try for 5. Brock Holland, leadoff hitter, bottom of the second. A little bit outside, 3-0. Jan walked one in the first, walked Shelton Arroyo. By the way, got a couple of softball games underway this afternoon, too. In Monroeville, Chat Valley, and Coastal North. Kamari Darrington on the call. Darnell the first, Holland out on the 5-3.
Now your batter, shortstop, number 19, Aiden Amos.
Aiden Amos to the plate. And in Bay Minette, Dallas Renzi calling game 2 of Coastal South and Snead State. One away for Aiden Amos. Ellis Jan, 35 1/3 innings of work this year. Seven of his appearances as a starter, one lone relief appearance. Line right at the first baseman, Wilmot.
On the pitch,
Two outs for Alex McCraney.
now your batter, left fielder, number 27, Alex McCraney.
Jan 3-2 with 2 complete games. 39 hits given up, 21 runs, 17 earned. 16 walks, 31 strikeouts. Three home runs and a 4.33 ERA for Ellis Jan. That looks like it could drop, and it will. Left center field. McCraney on his way to second. And the Saints have their third base hit of the game.
Now you batter center fielder, number 23, Jackson O'Brien.
Now here is the hot hitter from a night ago. Jack O'Brien. Doubled 3 times, hit a home run, and walked. He has not been an out since the Friday game at 1 o'clock against Central Alabama. And let's see if it can continue that hot hitting here against the Cubs with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Nothing in 2 on O'Brien. TJ Grimes on deck. Governors in the third with Wilmot, Ash, and Jordan. Oh, 2 pitch. Too low, too far outside. One ball, couple of strikes. Jack O'Brien after the McCraney double, who's at second. Chases, comes up empty. 4 up, 3 down, 1 stranded, 2 done. And the Cubs by 2.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
First pitch, top of the third, Warwick Wilmot sending it out of play. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Grayson Ash and Ray Jordan due up in the inning too. Well, your hit totals, two teams combined over the course of all these games. Grinds throws it away, got to it, then threw it away. And that will be an error on Grimes.
Catcher, Grayson Ash.
And Wilmot will get on. Second Saint error of the game. Grayson Ash coming to the plate. Great job by Grimes to get to it. And really even positioned himself decently. It wasn't the ultimate in trying to get the ball over, but threw it away. And Wilmot gets on, Grayson Ash to the plate. But here's your hit totals. Game 1, 25. Game 2, 21. Third game, 21. Fourth one, 24 hits. Popped up, and it'll drop just inside the bullpen and out of Grimes' reach and Arroyo's reach. Fifth game played, had 29 hits. Last night's game, 32. And the first game today, 27. So a consistent pattern of 20 hits, the two teams combined. And in this one, 6 hits, barely into the top of the third. One pitch to Grayson Ash. Shelley trying to play it off the short hop. Amos trying to play it off the ricochet, and everybody is safe.
Now your batter's designated hitter, number 19, Ray Jordan.
Couple of base runners on for Ray Jordan. And the debate raging in the box. Error hit. An error. Hey, I'm good with an error. Try to grab it on the short hop. If he makes the grab on the short hop, you got the out at least at second, maybe even the possibility of the double play. But just kind of mishandled it. So it will be an E5 that allows Wilmot to take second, Ash to take first. Duvall giving a look to second. Back goes Wilmot. Jordan walked in the first. Logan Johnson on deck. Bunting towards third. Great looking bunt. Decided to go ahead and throw, but I don't know that Duvall even thought he had a chance to get the runner. Bunt single, bases loaded.
Logan Johnson.
Two errors and an H. Loads it up for Logan Johnson. Johnson hitting .375. 4 doubles, a triple. Everything else a single. 19 RBIs. Second time in 3 innings that the Gums have loaded it up against Duvall. Fielded up in the first, they've loaded it in the third. Oh-2 pitch to Johnson. Low and away. Duvall trying to get Johnson to bite on something relatively close. Johnson playing the odds. 90 to 95% of the 0-2s outside of the strike zone. Another one missing by a little more, 2-2. Cloudy in Oxford, 78 degrees. Pretty brisk winds. Southeast at 11 with gusts to 22. 56% humidity. Will drop down into the lower 60s overnight. But hopefully, despite quite a bit of cloud coverage, no rain. Out will go Johnson.
Johnson goes down on strikes.
One out for Slade Seaborn.
Fielder, number 9, Slade Seaborn.
Seaborn with a double in the second inning. Led it off with a 2-bagger and eventually came in and scored on the sacrifice fly by Kason Eubanks. Lifts this one towards shallow center. Coming in to make the catch is O'Brien, and Wilmot says he won't tag. 2 gone.
O'Brien on the catch for the second out. And now you got a second baseman, number 25.
And now a chance for the Saints to get out of the inning. Despite it being loaded with the bases, with nobody gone. Now you got the loaded bases with 2 gone. Jake Smith asked to drive in runs. And Jake Duvall asked to shut down runners. Jake and Jake. Fouled away by Jake Smith. And Jake Duvall will get ready to pitch the 1-1. Top of the order moves to the on-deck circle, Kason Eubanks. One and 2 on Jake Smith. Smith reached on an error, stole a base in the second. Back to the plate in the third. Swing and a miss, and out goes Smith. It was loaded with nobody gone. It stays loaded, and everybody's calling. 6 left aboard for the Governors through 3 for Wallace Dothan. The Saints' third is coming up. Want to watch this stuff later? We would love for you to. Go to the website. There is a link on the front page that gives you access to the premium channel. And you can watch it for a year. Download it for a year. Watch anything on the website for a year. That is sliced in the direction of right field. There to make the catch is Brody Capps, and out will go TJ Grimes.
Now you batters number 24, TJ Dunsford.
But we invite you to subscribe, and you get to watch everything that was live on demand. TJ Dunsford with a single and a run scored in the first. Joshua Shelley is on deck. High and inside with a pitch to Dunsford. Cubs loaded up in the top of the third, leave Wilmot, Ash, and Jordan on. Of course, it may be more accurate to say the Saints and the Cubs loaded it up in the top of the third. A couple of Saint errors contributing. Wilmot and Ash reaching on Grimes and Shelley errors. Hit towards Eubanks at short. Goes to first with the throw. It's ahead of Dunsford, and there's two gone.
How about third baseman, number 2, Joshua Shelley.
Joshua Shelley to the plate. Shelley struck out in the first. Shelton Arroyo on deck. Top of the order for Wallace Dothan in the fourth. Underneath the mid of Darnell, and on is Shelley.
Shelley with the hit. Now you batters first baseman, number 7, Shelton Arroyo.
Saints get another base runner, and it's another 2-out base runner. Had a 2-out double from McCraney in the second, a 2-out single from Shelley in the third. Strike delivered to Arroyo. .277 hitter, 4 home runs, 31 RBIs. An LBW squad that has now scored more than 400 runs this year. Had 391 coming in. 3 on the board against Central Alabama puts them to 394, and then those 18 runs against Enterprise State. Well over 400. Strike 3, out goes Aurelio. Shelley's left on, nobody scores in the third. Still a 3-1 game. As to the fourth we go.
Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch at shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Perhaps got it. Long throw over, and he got it.
Top of the fourth, top of the order. Casey Eubanks starts it for Wallace Dothan, Sean Darnell, and Brody Capps. Due up in the inning, 2. Govs with a couple of runs in the first and 1 in the second. Saints' lone run came in the first. 2 strikes on Eubanks, who has walked and sacrificed. A little bit inside with a pitch. And you are not going to believe this, but a few of the fans didn't agree with the call. Fouled away. I kind of think of a umpire as a church sound man. It doesn't matter how good you are, you know somebody's not going to be happy. 1-2 pitch. A little low on the count, even. Eubanks walked in the first, sacrificed in Slade Seaborn in the second. And went into the Saint dugout and rattled around a bit. Two offering to Casey Eubanks. Another hit batsman. There was one in the first. It was Warwick Wilmot. And now there's one in the fourth. It is Casey Eubanks. Run report for Sean Darnell, the .355 hitting third baseman. 9 doubles, 2 triples, a home run, 30 RBIs for Darnell. One of 8 Governors with better than 120 at-bats. One-on pitch from DeVolk. That is popped up in the direction of left field. Alex McCraney making the catch, and back to first goes Eubanks.
And by his right fielder, number 4, Brody Capps.
Brody Capps to the plate. He singled in a run in the first, popped out to right field in the third. 1 for 2 in the game. A .330 hitting Wallace Dothan squad. That's as a team. A lot of 300 hitters. Eubanks at 386, Darnell 355, Smith 304, Wilmot 314, Capps 369, Ash 353, Johnson 375, Yon 322, Jordan 313. And as a matter of fact, when you look at this lineup card, of the 9, 8 are 300 hitters. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Brody Capps. Just a little bit outside. Two and one on Capps. Popped up right side. It will get out of play. Well, don't forget tomorrow you got a noontime game, possibility of a 3 o'clock game. In either way, whether we have 1 or 2 games, still time to get to the Civic Center and watch the nitty-gritty dirt band. Or as our friend here in the box said, I love your line, I'm going to steal it. The oldest dirt band. They have been around a while. I think Mr. Bojangles was like a 1974 or 5 hit. Which is the only song I can remember that they did. I know they've got some other tunes, had some country success. Grounded to Amos, won't get the double play. Got the 6-4 that took care of Eubanks, but Capps is on at first.
Now your batter is number 44, Warwick Wilmot.
2 gone for Warwick Wilmot. And Oxford turning into the happening place here in North Alabama. Got a lot of sports here in Choccolocco. They bring in a lot of musical acts, a lot of hotels coming up, eateries, retail. And all conveniently situated right along the interstate, easy access. Working on a hotel right across from the entrance to Choccolocco where you could literally walk from the hotel to the park. And I would assume that would be ready by next year. So you cut down on a little bit of your travel expense. Lodge at the hotel, walk to the park. 0-2 pitch to Wilmot. That will get away from Highland and allow Caps to trot down to second. Wilmot hit by a pitch in the first, reached on an error in the third. Batting in the fourth with a base runner in second, Brody Caps. One-two pitch. That is going to be hit towards the gap, drop in and roll. Caps on his way home. Extra bases for Wilmot. Pulls into second with a double. Governors by 3.
Now we batting number 7, catcher Grayson Ash.
Grayson Ash coming to the plate. This meeting, by the way, between 1 and 2 wasn't supposed to be a Saturday afternoon elimination game. I mean, you're kind of expecting 1 and 2. If they're going to meet in the championship game. But both teams losing early. Wallace Dothan to Coastal North, LBW to Central Alabama. And now in a game that we'll see one of the two go. Grayson Ash is hit into a double play and reached on an error. Pops this one up towards center field. Jack O'Brien trots in a few, makes the catch. Wilmot left on. Caps comes in. Governors by 3 as we head to the home half of the fourth.
You've played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area, right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for the Saints, number 4, designated hitter, Marco Navarro.
Bottom of the fourth, Marco Navarro starting it off. Brock Highland, Aiden Amos due up in the inning 2. Navarro with an RBI single, but then picked off at first. And that happened in the first inning. Brock Holland on deck. That one is lifted towards left field, and that is a fair ball just inside the chalk. Navarro, his second base hit of the game.
Double down the line. Now your batter's catcher, number 29, Brock Holland.
Base runner in scoring position for Brock Holland. Holland grounded into a 5-3 in the second. Coming to the plate in a 3-run game in the bottom of the 4th. Both starting pitchers still on the bump. DeVault for LBW, Yawn for Wallace Dothan. Two 2-0 the count on Brock. Brock wrapped into the 5-3. He was the first out in the second inning. Three and 0 on Holland. Takes the 3-0. It's delivered on the outside part of the plate. 8 walks this year. For Brock Holland. Or Holland Brock, actually. Who is down to first with a walk? So Brock aboard, Navarro the base runner at second. Tying run comes to the plate. And Coach comes to mound. Coach Hiley out to have a conversation with Ellis Yawn. Aiden Amos coming to the plate. That is the coach of the year coming out to have a conversation with his pitcher, Coach Hiley. Pretty good way to start his career at Wallace Dothan from a head coaching perspective.
Again, Amos is your batter.
Brock on, Amos to the plate, showing punt, pulls back. And the pitch is a little bit low for ball 1. Punted right back to Young, goes over to third, got the out of the lead runner. Amos trying to sacrifice runners over. Instead, the lead guy gone on the 1-5.
The fielder, Alex McCraney.
Still a couple of base runners on. They're still at first and second. And now one away. Alex McCraney followed by Jack O'Brien. A little high with a pitch to McCraney. Top of the fifth, Jordan starts it for the Govs. 6 spot, 7 and 8, Johnson and Seaborn due up in the inning 2. That's into center field, base hit. Drop briefly, is the drop enough to get in the run? Throw to the plate, in to score comes Brock. Alex McCraney. He delivers, Brock will score. Amos to third, on the other corner is McCraney. And it's a 4-2 game. And I'm not sure what the issue is with Jan, the official, coming out to talk to the pitcher, and how Eiley out to have a conversation with his pitcher. And I think he's got a nosebleed. And Coach Eiley, I think, had asked for a towel, and it's on its way. So while they tend to the Jan nosebleed, we take a break and come back.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Well, it looks like the nosebleed is stopped. That is not a charged visit, by the way, for Eiley. Goes to the mound to check on the health of his pitcher.
Again, your batter's number 23, Jackson.
Jan staying in the game. And Jack O'Brien will step in, 1 away. A couple of base runners aboard and 1 run in a 4-2 game. That is delivered promptly into left field. Another run scores, Amos on the Jack O'Brien single. It is a 1-run game. Back to the top of the order, TJ Grimes to the plate. Oh, if you were checking in, by the way, on the 5 o'clock game for Central Alabama and the winner of this one, it is going to be a while. I don't even think it's going to be 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Maybe 5 o'clock Pacific before we get that one underway. TJ grinds 0 for 2. Count goes even at 1. One pitch, grinds, ground into a 5-3 in the first. Popped out to right field in the third. This one is popped up, giving it a look as Wilmot from first, but won't be able to get to it. Saints a base hit away from tying the game in the bottom of the fourth. Popped up by Grinds on the infield. Infield fly roll in effect. Grinds out number 2.
And that brings up number 24, right fielder, TJ Dunsford.
Two outs for TJ Dunsford. Dunsford with a single and a ground out to short, 1 for 2 in the game. Joshua Shelley on deck. Plenty of baseball still to come, despite the fact that D2 is wrapping up their year this week, with the exception of the team that moves on to the district against the Region 8 winner, and we hope eventually the World Series. But on JockJive, got the D1 coming up in about 10 days. Got GCAA baseball from Cartersville, Georgia in about a week. Hit towards right. Brody Capps backtracking, catches it on the fence. 2 runs scored, 2 runners left. A 1-run game going to the 5th.
You've played some travel ball, you've shared the videos. Mom and Dad can only root so much. It's time to get real interest from the colleges and scouts in your area, right where you live. That's why the Showcase Series is different. We're not just another tournament, we're an advancement event where you get real-time exposure with live TV coverage of our games that get you seen directly by the coaches you want to impress from anywhere in the world. Register for events at showcaseseries.org. It's your turn at bat.
Designated hitter, Reed Jordan.
We've got a 1-run ball game headed to the 5th. Ray Jordan starting it off. Logan Johnson, Slade Seaborn due up in the inning 2. I know I kind of popped this on you, but let's get into some shout-outs in the 5th. 334-488-1385. And if you're not familiar with shout-outs, you're a rookie, a novice at it. It's simple. You text it, I read it. 334-488-1385. But there are some guidelines, not some mandates, just some guidelines. Like who's it to? Who's it from? What's the message? And we'd like to know where you're watching from. So if you take all that information, text it out to me. I'll rate them. You know, go get them Saints. When it goes. Or a shout out to an umpire or a player. Maybe a fan that you know is watching somewhere else. And definitely if you got a little watch party going on. I mean, it's a Saturday afternoon. Got the grill working, the barbecue going. Little baseball mixed in, snap a photo, get us in the picture. Text it to 334-488-1385. Strike three on the inside part of the plate to Jordan.
Jordan goes down to strikes. Now your batter's left fielder, number 3, Logan.
One out for Logan Johnson. And by the way, we'll do that all 5th inning long. So if you don't shout on the 5th, you can shout on YouTube. But in the 5th, we'll do it right here. And again, if you forget the number, it's right there on the scoreboard. Logan Johnson 0 for 2. Ground out to third and struck out. First text hits all the right buttons. Go Govs. Shout out to Warren Wilmot. Into center field, base hit Logan Johnson.
Johnson on the hit. That brings up center field.
Warren Wilmot, your family watching in Wisconsin, Grandpa Karen, Uncle Brian, and Aunt Pat. See? They get a gold star, an A+ rating. Got who's it to, who's it from, and where they're watching from. Three, 488-1385. Slade Seaborn to the plate. 1 for 2 in the game. Hope you get better soon, Jake Hammonds, and good luck to CAC tonight. Definitely. Jake Hammonds starting shortstop for Central Alabama, injured in the game prior. I do not know the extent of the injury, just know it didn't look good. We hope it is better than it looked and that he'll be back playing baseball very, very quickly. Count even in 1 on Slade Seymour. Shout out to my buddy Billy Thompson, Chakalaka Park Director. All the way from Decatur, Alabama, Doug Stanfield. Thank you very much, Doug. I like it. Kind of immediate. Use us, a liaison to somebody else watching somewhere else. Lifted towards left field. Catch made by McCraney, and Johnson back to first.
Now your batter's second baseman, number 25, Jake Smith.
2 gone for Jake Smith. Top of the order, moves to the on-deck circle. Jake Smith reached on an error, struck out. Okay, Dean, I've got a shout out from Dean Myrick, the commissioner. I just want to make sure, Dean, there was no, you know how text sometimes will put words that aren't words that you spoke or texted. Just want to make sure. Hit by the pitch of Smith. That's 3 DeValcus hit. And it's got us back to the top of the order. Well, thank you very much for the kind words from the Gov fans watching. We appreciate you watching wherever you're watching the game. Gov's based out of Dothan, Alabama. But you don't have to live in Dothan to be a Gov fan. So thanks for watching. 2 runners on. All right. I have confirmation from Dean. Shout out to Braxton of Choccolocca Park for doing nothing to help with this tournament. I think that's probably just poking a little fun at a Braxton here in Choccolocca. Hit towards center field, and there the catch made by Jack O'Brien. Kaysen Eubanks with a fly out. 2 stranded, nobody scores. 1-run game as we go to the bottom of the 5th and to more of your shout-outs. Bottom of the 5th, Joshua Shelley starting at Shelton Arroyo and Marco Navarro. Due up in the inning, too. And our second half of your shout-outs, 334-488-1385. Local Oxford citizen here. Shout out to the ACCC for continuing to bring these events to our city. We love to showcase our park, our city, our hospitality. Go Big O. Well, thank you very much, local citizen. Local citizen, are you going to see the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band tomorrow night? I wouldn't mind seeing them, but here's kind of my criteria. You know, you get a certain age where you're just not willing to sit through a lot of stuff you don't know to get to the 1 or 2 songs you do. So I got to know about 8 or 9 of the songs. And I may know that many by Nitty Gritty. The one I know for sure is Mr. Bojangles. I went to a Toto concert, and they did 3 songs. I mean, they've had a lot of songs. They did 3 that I recognized. I mean, they were good, really good. But, you know, I got to recognize more than 3 songs. looking to see their discography. As this one is dropped into center field by Joshua Shelley. Saints got the tying run potentially on.
That brings up first baseman number 7, Shelton Arroyo.
I know it's a baseball game. We got plenty of time, though. I mean, we're hour 36 in, bottom of the 5th. Still got the rest of the game. So I'm looking up nitty-gritty dirt band songs. The top 10 song on the country charts. They've had some number ones on the country charts. I didn't recognize or realize all the success they had had on the country charts. Got my start in country radio, but left a long time ago, before they started hitting the charts. Shelton Arroyo. Pitch on the inside part of the plate. A little low with the offering to Arroyo, who has walked and struck out. Walked in the first, struck out in the third. Shout out, go Govs, from all the Diamond Dolls and sponsor Mandy Sessions. Thank you, Mandy, and all the dolls. Swing a miss by Arroyo, one away in the bottom of the 5th.
Arroyo goes down on strikes for out 1. Now designated hitter, Marco Navarro.
Marco Navarro coming to the plate, the DH. Couple of base hits, a single and a double. Shelley off and running, got a big jump. Able to get in safely with a stolen base. And now that potential tying run in scoring position. Holland Brock on deck. Navarro halfway to the cycle and got a single, got a double. Sends this one out of play. Navarro does not have a triple this year. He has had a home run. Trying to drive in Shelley and tie the game at 4. 0-2 pitch. Able to get a piece of it and foul it away. Navarro singled and drove in a run in the first, doubled in the 4th. To the plate in the 5th with Shelley at second. A check swing sent foul. We have not seen Navarro until this game, but he is 4th on the team in plate appearances with 129 at-bats. Nine doubles and a home run, 32 RBIs, 18 walks, 29 strikeouts. 7 stolen bases. One-two pitch to Navarro. And it will stay 1-2. Bottom of the 5th. 1 hour, 41 minutes into the game. About a half-hour break between this one and the next one. The winner of this one's got to get right back onto the diamond. That is lifted into shallow center field. Back onto the grass goes second baseman Jake Smith. And Navarro is out number 2.
Now you got it number 29, Buck Holland.
2 gone for Holland Brock. Brock ground into a 5-3 and walked. After the walk, came in and scored a run. Aiden Amos moving to the on-deck circle. Trying to drive in that tying run, Shelley at second. Darnell, Cabs, and Wilmot when you get to the 6th inning for Wallace Dothan. I know on our stream schedule we've got the next game listed now as starting at 6. I do not think it will start at 6. A 6:30-ish, maybe even a 7 o'clock start seems a little more likely. Oh, 2 pitch to Brock. Yon with a look to the runner, Shelley. And the pitch coming in just a little bit low. Shout out says, let's go Govs. Jackson C. and family enjoying the coverage from Evans, Georgia. Fishing in the dark. Hashtag NGDB, which would stand for Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Fishing in the dark. Number 1 song, 1987. Went platinum in the U.S. One-two pitch. Fouled away. Well, like I mentioned, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band's country music success came right after I got out of country radio, so that's the excuse I'm using for having limited musical knowledge. But yeah, I see all their lengthy list of top 10 hits. Fouled away by Holland Brock. Brock, a 5-3 put out in the 2nd. Walked in the 4th. Aiden Amos awaiting his chance next. Despite the 4th at bat in the inning, it has been a lengthy bottom of the 5th. Little bit outside, had a lot of Governor fans thought that was a strike. A lot of Saint fans thinking Blue got it right. Count even at 2. Wide of the strike zone. Well, let's go back and take a look ourselves. Might have been a little high. 3-2 the count. Payoff pitch from Yon. That is ground to deep short. Eubanks got it there. 6-3 goes the put out. 1 runner is stranded. Hey, thanks for the shout outs. Let's go to the 6th on JockJive.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Leading up the top of the 6th for Dothan, number 17, Sean Darnell.
Top of the 6th, Sean Darnell will start it. Brody Capps and Warwick Wilmot due up in the inning 2. Bunted. DeVault throws. Got it there. What a play by DeVault.
DeVault on the play for out 1.
1-3 goes the put out.
Now your batter's right fielder, number 4, Brody Capps.
A pitch and an out in the 6th. Brody Capps next. Capps 1 for 3. A single that drove in a run in the 1st, popped out to right field in the 2nd. Hit into a 6-4, got aboard and scored a run. Driven in by Warwick Wilmot in the 4th. Shout out says, watching from Mississippi Gulf Coast. Good luck to the Saints for the Cantrell family. Now, is that from the Mississippi Gulf Coast? Or from Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, Perkinston, Mississippi, home of the Bulldogs? High chopper grinds, gets to it, flings it over. Won't get Capps, who is on with a single.
Capps on the infield single. Now your batter's first baseman, number 44, Warwick Wilmot.
But Cantrell family, good to hear from you. Shout out to Drew Hurst and LBW cheering you on from Bradenton, Florida. Thanks, Bradenton, for checking in. Final score in that second game of 2 in Monroeville. Coastal Alabama North knocking off Chat Valley 7-4. So a split of that softball doubleheader in Monroeville. Chat Valley winning the opening game, Coastal North the nightcap. One 1-0 pitch to Wilmot. Wilmot's been hit by a pitch, reached on an error and doubled. Two-0 pitch. Got the outside part of the plate. Wilmot hit by a pitch in the first, reached on an error in the third. Doubled in a run in the fourth. Grind's able to go get it. Plants and fires, gets the out of Wilmot on the 4-3, while Caps goes to second.
Number 7, Grayson Ash.
Grayson Ash to the plate. The Cantrells are on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, down in Ocean Springs and Biloxi. Strike delivered on the outside part of the plate to Grayson Ash. Ash hit into a double play, reached on an error and popped out to center field. One ball, one strike. Ray Jordan is on deck. This is a Jake DeValk, by the way, for the Saints. And got a visit from coach, 3 at-bats into the game. Another visit in the second. That is a foul ball towards left. But he has settled in since that second inning. Gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second. 3 runs in the first 2 innings, but 1 run in the next 4. Hit by the pitch is Grayson Ash.
Ash was hit by the pitch.
That is hit batsman number 4.
Number 19, Ray Jordan.
Couple of runners on for Ray Jordan. And just as we speak of no visit from coach since the second, here comes a visit from coach. And it looks like he's already indicated a replacement's coming in for DeValk. Starting stint over, the new guy coming in, the new guy and the DeValk numbers after the break.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Now your batter's designated hitter, Reed Jordan.
The new pitcher is Dominique Scavone, facing Reed Jordan with 2 gone and 2 on in the top of the 6th. Jake DeValk works 5 2/3, faces 32, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, hit 4, and gave up 7 hits. He's responsible for the 4 runs, but also could be held accountable for the 2 that are on. Ash at first, Caps at second. Jordan has walked, singled, and struck out. One pitch to Jordan. Back to the screen. Logan Johnson on deck, bottom third of the order when you get to the Saints 6th. Amos, McCraney, and O'Brien. Scavone only made 4 regular season appearances. Worked a total of 5 2/3 innings. That is poked in the direction of right field. Stays up long enough for T.J. Dunsford to get to. 2 stranded, nobody scores. Still a 1-run game. Headed to the home half of the 6th.
In 1995, the Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient
Hitting on the bottom of the 6th. For the Saints, number 19 shortstop, Aiden Amos.
Bottom of the 6th, first pitch. Amos will get aboard with a single. That is hit number 9 in the game for the Saints. Alex McCraney coming to the plate with a base runner on. McCraney is doubled and singled in the 2nd and 4th innings. Jack O'Brien coming to the plate. Low and away with the pitch. Tying run on in the bottom of the 6th. In an elimination game, one of these two will play later, as in 6:30-ish. One will play much later, as in fall ball in 2024. Amos able to get back safely. Nine stolen bases this year for Amos. One 1-0 pitch from Yawn. Has made his way into the sixth. Delivers with a strike and evens the count at 1 on McCraney. McCraney doubled, left at second in the second, singled and left at second in the fourth. Saints with a run in the first, 2 runs in the fourth. Governors 2 runs in the first, 1 each in the second and fourth. And if you're wondering if this is going to be another 20-hit game or more, well, we're currently at 16. That's got Amos on his way to second in the scoring position. Jack O'Brien is on deck. Three-1 pitch from Yawn. It's high. He's walked. McCraney to first. Couple of runners on.
McCraney's walked. Now you've got a center fielder, number 23, Jackson O'Brien.
Jackson O'Brien coming to the plate. I don't know that he would be arguably the hottest hitter for the Saints over the last game in 6 innings. He has only been out once, and that was in the second inning of this game when he struck out. Got on every at-bat in the ball game yesterday against Enterprise State. Top of the order, TJ Grinds on deck. Trying to move runners over with the bunt. Let's see if the bunt sign's still on with a 1-0. It is. Here's the toss. That will go to the screen, and you don't need the bunt. Runners move up with a pass ball. So Jack O'Brien now with an opportunity to drive in some runs, has an RBI on a single in the fourth. 1 for 2 in the game. Strike delivered on the inside part of the plate. Two 2-1 pitch to O'Brien. Outside. Ash able to keep it in front of him. That keeps runners at second and third. Saints threatening to take their first lead of the game. And it's popped up right side. And it will get into the bullpen. Wilmot gave it a chase. But the at-bat will continue for Jack O'Brien. A .308 hitter after the end of the regular season. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, 5 doubles in his 65 plate appearances. Three-two pitch, and it will stay 3-2. Wrapped to short. Well, now you got the possibility of 2 outs because McBrady wasn't base runner aware. He just took off for third and assumed Amos was headed home. Amos wasn't. And you got the double play with a single runner left on. Two gone, top of the order. TJ Grimes to the plate. Well, the Saints right now kicking themselves for a potential missed opportunity. You knew with the ground out of O'Brien there was going to be an out at first. I thought you'd still have 2 runners on with 1 away. Instead, you got 2 gone, an 0-2 count on Grimes and 1 left on. And the Cubs now poised to keep the 1-run lead intact. One-two pitch to Grimes, who is 0 for 3 in the game. On the outside part of the plate. A runner stranded and the lead stays at 1.
Leading off the top of the 7th, for Wallace Dothan, left fielder number 3, Logan Johnson.
Top of the 7th, first pitch from the bottom of the order. Logan Johnson, the 7 guy, Slade Seaborn and Jake Smith. Bottom 3rd of the order for Wallace Dothan. Johnson 1 for 3 in the game. Shoves that one towards left field, and trotting towards the foul line to make the catch is Alex McCraney.
Round 1. Now you've got center fielder, number 9, Slade Seaborn.
One out for Slade Seaborn, who is 1 for 3 in the game.
Got a substitution here. Now you're back.
And the pinch hitter coming in for Seaborn. Ellis Yawn, the pitcher, is about to become Ellis Yawn, the hitter. Ellis Yawn, a .322 hitter on the year, 118 plate appearances, 38 hits, 3 doubles, 3 home runs, 30 RBIs. Well, apparently, Yawn is not coming to the plate. So Yawn will go back to the dugout, and here comes Slade Seaborn.
Well, your batter is Slade Seaborn. Here we go.
So I am assuming that rules kept Yawn from hitting in the spot. There is a base hit for Seaborn, and Seaborn's like, there, take that. I'm trying to replace me at the plate. I'll deliver with my second base hit of the game. Jake Smith next. Smith has reached on an E1. He has struck out, and he's been hit by a pitch. Saints, when you get to the 7th, have T.J. Dunsford starting it off. Joshua Shelley and Shelton Ororio due up in the inning too. Scavone came into the ball game in the 6th, finished it out with a fly out of Jordan. Has given up his first base hit of the game to Slade Seaborn, and now got an 0-2 count on Jake Smith. A little bit outside with the offering, 1 ball, couple of strikes. Here is the 1-2 pitch. Ground over towards Grimes at second, gets the out at second. Throw to first, and safe is Jake Smith.
Grimes makes the play at second for the second out.
So the 4-6 gets Seaborn.
Number 2.
Smith still on, back to the top of the order. Kason Eubanks coming to the plate. Eubanks with a walk, a sacrifice, hit by a pitch, and popped out in the center field. Eubanks 1 of 4, hit by DeValk, who also hit Wilmot, hit Smith, hit Ash. Kason Eubanks, plate appearance number 5 in the game. And that will get away from Grimes and allow Smith to find his way to third. Almost wonder if Grimes just couldn't see around the umpire. Now he is pointing to where the umpire was standing. And just kind of lost sight of the ball on its path from the hands of Brock. Base hit into right field, 2-run lead for the Governors.
Batters number 17, third baseman Sean Darnell.
Sean Darnell coming to the plate. Darnell has singled, ground out twice, and popped out once. Hit to Grimes at second. He'll go to first with a throw. Darnell out on the 4-3. A run's in and a runner stranded. We go to the St. half of the 7th in a 5-3 game.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Decades of experience in distance learning. Empowering students of all ages. More than 90 degree and certificate programs to advance your career. UA Online. Flexible, affordable, legendary. Let your computer be your campus. Visit online.ua.edu.
Leading up the bottom of the 7th, number 24, right fielder, Dunsford.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Follow us and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as we get to the bottom of the 7th. TJ Dunsford, Joshua Shelley, Shelton Arroyo due up in the inning. That's hit into center field, and Dunsford leading off the Saints 7th with a single. And Coach Hiley coming out to get you on. Already indicated he's going to the pen, the new pitcher, and the on numbers when we come back.
frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Well, a delay in getting the new pitcher into the ballgame, and that is apparently because there was a wrapping around some injury on the hand. And the official was apparently Steve Helms was the first to bring into the attention of the official. And I'm just making the assumption the color of the bandage maybe was something that would have blended in with a baseball and may have been kind of a distraction. Looks like the bandage is of a different color. Instead of a white, maybe more of a beige or skin tone. And the new pitcher is John Locurto. Locurto with 20 innings of work coming in, 3-0 on the year, 5 saves in 13 appearances. 13 hits given up, 13 runs, 9 earned, 9 walks, 26 strikeouts, a home run allowed, and a 4.05 ERA. facing Joshua Shelley with a runner at first in Dunsford. Shelton Arroyo on deck. Dunsford at first after the single that got Ellis Yan off the mound. Yan will finish with 6 innings of work, 29 batters faced, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, 10 hits. Shelley sending it foul. Shelley struck out on the first, singled in the third and fifth. Well, outside with a pitch to Shelley. Shelley hit .403 this year. Sends it to Darnell at third, quickly to second. Got the out, dropped the ball, pulling it from the mid. So do have the out of Dunsford.
First out. Now your batters number 7, first baseman Shelton Arroyo.
1 out for Shelton Arroyo. Arroyo with a couple of strikeouts and a walk. Walked in the first, struck out looking in the third, swinging in the fifth. Saints would like to at least get the run back given up in the top part of the inning. Runner goes on the 0-2. Shelley's in safely with the stolen base. One and 2 the count on Arroyo. He swings, he misses, 2 are gone.
Arroyo goes down on strikes for out 2. Now your designated hitter is your batter number 4, Marco Navarro.
Marco Navarro, 2 for 3 in the game. Single in a run in the first, doubled in the fourth. Popped out to second in the fifth. Takes a pitch a little bit inside from Lacurto. Eighth inning for the Govs starts with Brody Capps. Warwick Wilmot and Grayson Ash due up in the inning too. One pitch. That is ground towards short. Eubanks will go over to first. Navarro out on the 6-3. We are through 7. Govs by 2.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
Leading off the top of the 8th for the Governors, number 4, right fielder, Brody Cabs.
Top of the 8th, Brody Cap starts it where Warwick Wilmot and Grayson Ash due up in the inning 2. Cap's 2 for 4. Single to the 1st and 6th. In between, popped out and ground out. Has scored a run and has driven in one. 2-0 pitch from Scavone on the outside part of the plate. Probably the longest tenure of the year for Scavone. 5 2/3 total in 4 innings. I make that 4 appearances for Scavone previously. And he's already worked an inning and a third. So there haven't been many games of 2 innings of work for Scavone. But if he can wrap up the 8th, he'll have a little more than his 2 innings in. Brock Amos and McCraney in the bottom of the 8th for LBW. Outside and a walk is given to Caps.
Now he batters number 44, first baseman, Warwick Wilmot.
Warwick Wilmot to the plate. Wilmot is reached as a hit batsman on an error on a double and is ground out to second. Slight lead at first for Caps. First Scavone pitch high. Grayson Ash is on deck. Scavone's offering on the corner. Count goes even at 1. Scavone, a right-handed pitcher, infielder as well. And as a matter of fact, in games that Scavone has played prior, he's been used as a DH. First game against Central Alabama was the DH and went 2 for 4 with an RBI. One and 2 on Wilmot. Over to first with the throw. Safely back goes Caps. Lights coming on here at Chakalaka Park in Oxford, Alabama. Home of multiple fields. This is Signature Field. Swing miss. Stolen base for Caps. Wilmot will go down on strikes and Grayson Ash to the plate.
Now he batters catcher number 7, Grayson Ash.
Ash is hit into a double play, reached on an error, popped out into center, and got hit by a Jake DeVault pitch. As a matter of fact, the hit of Ash was the catalyst for Duvall coming out of the game. Hit Ash, and Saints coaching decided it was time to get a new pitcher. That's when Scavone came into the ball game. And the first guy he faced is on deck, Ray Jordan. Nothing in 2 on Grayson Ash. Scavone's pitch, just a little bit outside. Ash hit into the double play in the first. Reached on the air in the third. The pop out to center field came in the fourth. Hit by a pitch in the sixth. Hitting in the eighth and sends that one foul. A 1-2 pitch to Ash. High offering and the count is even. Scavone, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts coming in. And it's got a walk and a strikeout in his time on the hill here. Another outside pitch. You can see Caps working on those torn trousers. Got the lead at second. Payoff pitch to Ash. Fouled away. Three-two payoff pitch, Scavone to Ash. A .353 hitter on the year, and now he'll get a walk. Walked 22 times in the regular season. And he is down to first here in the 8th.
Now your batter's number 5. Hitting in a designated hitter spot, Ellis Yon.
Brandon Ware coming out of the dugout. And let's see if this conversation will result in the third pitcher of the game for the Saints, or if Scavone will indeed face Jordan. 2 runners aboard in a 2-run ball game, top of the 8th. And I think that was a point in the pin, which would indicate a new hurler and indeed a new Saint coming in.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. It's that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State.
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Again, your hitters, Ellis, Jan.
One away, Brett Cadenhead, first pitch, launched deep to left field, near the warning track. Catch will be made by Alex McCraney. Cavs will hold at second, Ash at first.
Logan Johnson.
And there's two gone. Brett Cadenhead, 16 appearances this year. 2 starts, 14 times out of the pen. 2-0 with 2 saves, 21 2/3 innings of work. 31 hits given up, 18 runs, 11 earned, 11 walks, 19 strikeouts. 1 home run allowed, a 4.43 ERA. He relieves Dominique Scavone. As you got a Cadenhead ball. And runners now at second and third. Floating towards center field. O'Brien's there. And Logan Johnson will fly out. So Cadenhead comes in, gets 2, and sends us to the bottom of the 8th.
Sports fans, we pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Leading up the bottom of the 8th, LBW catcher number 29, Brock Holland.
Bottom of the 8th, it is Holland Brock who will start it all. Aiden Amos and Alex McCraney, 2 up in the inning, 2. Game 2 of that softball doubleheader between Snead State and Coastal South is wrapped up. And Snead State takes the nightcap. Off of LeCurto and on is Bruck.
Holland on the hit. Now you batter shortstop number 19, Aiden Amos.
And there you go, the 20th hit of the game.
In to run.
20 plus hits every ball game in the tournament. And this is the 8th. Aiden Amos to the plate. Representing the tying run in the bottom of the 8th. A little bit inside with the pitch. Running from Brock at first is Owen Walters. Walters appearing in his 30th game. Has had 49 plate appearances and hitting .306. Used as a runner here with a 1-1 count on Amos. Two and one. Amos lined out to first, ground out to the pitcher and single. 1 for 3 in the game. High offering, LeCurto to Amos. The 3-1 pitch into the zone and the count runs full. Three-two payoff. It is fouled away. Amos the line out to first in the second, the ground out at the pitcher in the fourth. Got his lone base hit of the game in the sixth. Lights on in Chakalaka a little after 6 o'clock here at Oxford. Ground to Darnell, possibility of 2 because of how quickly it got there. What kept it from being a double play was that little bit of a bobble in the mid of Jake Smith. On the pivot, just bobbled it for a split second. And that gives Amos time to get to first. Alex McCraney, 2 for 2. A double, a single, and a walk. Amos his lead at first. Back to the bag after the look from Ash. 1-1 pitch. That is hit well towards left field. It is sailing over the head of Johnson, ricochets off the fence. Great job of playing it off the ricochet, but still a McCraney double. And 2 in scoring position for Jack O'Brien.
Jackson O'Brien.
Tying run at second with 1 away. O'Brien 1 for 3 today. Has struck out and hit into an unintended double play. Not that any of them are intentional, but ground into the 6-3 that also saw McCraney go down. Over towards right field, and that was a pretty solid run into the brick wall for Brody Capps. That will bust some kneecaps with the run over towards the bullpen, but apparently Brody Capps okay. Another one headed that direction. And again, it is in the pen. One ball, couple of strikes on O'Brien. Saints with 2 in scoring position, wide of the strike zone with the Locurto pitch. Another pitch missing. Three-two payoff. It is too low, too far inside. Bases loaded for the top of the order.
Number 3, TJ Grimes.
Leadoff hitter TJ Grimes, 0 for 4 today. Ground out, a couple of flyouts, a strikeout. Got the bases loaded with 1 away in the 8th. Drives that one towards left field and able to make the catch is Logan Johnson, tagging from third, Abe Davis. And it's a 1-run game.
Tags from third and scores. Now you got number 24, T.J. Dunsford.
Two gone for T.J. Dunsford. Dunsford, a couple of singles, a couple of outs. Single in the first, single in the 7th. In between, there's a ground out to short in the 3rd and a fly out to right in the 4th. Count even in 1 in a 1-run game. On the outside part of the plate. Joshua Shelley on deck. 1-2 pitch, too low. Two offering outside. One walk in the inning already from Licurno. Put on Jack O'Brien. And that was after running the count full. And now it's full on Dunsford. Swats at it. Comes up empty. 2 runners are left on. A 1-run game headed to the ninth.
The Alabama Baseball Coaches Association has held its annual Coaches Convention, where up to 450 high school and college coaches gather to learn more about their craft from some of the best coaches in Alabama and the country. The annual awards banquet is also held during the convention, where standout high school and college players and coaches from the past season are honored for their success. The banquet's highlight occurs when the new Hall of Fame class is inducted and the Distinguished Service Award recipient is on.
Leading off the inning for Wallace Dothan, number 41, John Licurno.
Second game of the day, and in the ninth inning, in the first game of the day, it was 5-4. John Licurno starting things off. The pitcher turned hitter. I'm looking to see if Licurno has had a plate appearance. Grounds into the 1-3.
Cadenhead makes a play for out 1.
And I do not see a plate appearance this year for Licurno.
Second baseman Jake Smith.
But he hits to begin the ninth, and Jake Smith comes to the plate. What a spot to get your first at-bat in a 1-run game at the top of the ninth. In a game you got to win. Single by Jake Smith.
That was a hit by Jake Smith. And we're back to the top of the lineup with number 2, Kason Eubanks.
Kason Eubanks next. Got a base runner aboard, 1 away. Eubanks making plate appearance number 6 in the game. Facing Brett Cadenhead, who came into the game in the 8th and faced 2. And has faced 2 here in the 9th. Getting 1 out, allowing 1 on. One ball, 1 strike. 1 away, 1 on in a 1-run game. Popped up in the direction of center field. Jack O'Brien makes the catch.
O'Brien on the catch. Route 2. Now your batter's number 17, Sean Darnell.
3 hours and 2 minutes after this one started. We've got 2 gone in the top of the 9th. And after 3+ hours of baseball, one of these 2 teams has got to hang around and play another game. Of course, both of these teams want to hang around and play another game. Sean Darnell with a single in the first. Outs in the 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 7th. One pitch to Darnell. Brody Capps is on deck. Up the middle, base hit. Couple of base runners on.
Darnell on the hit. Now your batter's number 4, Brody Capps.
Brody Capps to the plate. Saints want an out. Governors want a run. Capps a couple of singles and a walk. He is 2 for 4, has a stolen base, an RBI and a run scored. Oh, 1 pitch to Capps. That's a base hit. Scooped up by O'Brien. Smith will score. Back to a 2-run Governor lead. RBI single for Capps. Brandon Ware had come out of the dugout to have a conversation with Brett Catonhead, and Catonhead threw a pitch. And it is an official pitch because apparently time had not been called for. And Catonhead is finished, and a new pitcher is coming in.
Frustrated. She's having trouble with her defensive player. Look at this sweet pass behind the back for 2 on the assist.
And that one is hit on a rope to center field. Watch that one. And it is, oh, what a great diving catch by the center field.
And in that game, it was basically a running back by committee. I mean, you had a lot of guys carrying the football. Is that the protocol for the upcoming season for the backfield of Jackson State?
It's a really nice pitch to get the ground ball double play. Second one.
6-5 is your final. East Georgia advances to the championship game.
Navarro looks like he's moved to short. Navarro's moved to third. Then your batter is Wilmot.
That is a familiar face on the mound, Joshua Shelley. Moving over from third. And moving to third is Marco Navarro. So that DH role for Navarro now is double duty. Will play third as well, and Shelley coming to the mound. Well, he does a little bit of everything, might as well pitch. Home runs, RBIs, plays third, bats for a 400-plus average, and will make just his third appearance of the year. In the regular season, 2 innings, 2 appearances. Gave up a hit, a run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. On the outside part of the plate, and he'll come in and do what he's asked to do. Get Warwick Wilmot on strikes. 2 runners stranded, 1 runner in. Govs by 2 as we go to the home half of the ninth.
Leading off the bottom of the ninth for LBW, number 2, your pitcher, Joshua Shelley.
Bottom of the ninth, third baseman turned pitcher Joshua Shelley. Starting it off, Shelton Arroyo and Marco Navarro. Due up in the inning, too, and Shelley's hit. Bringing the tying run to the plate in the bottom of the ninth.
Shelley's hit by the pitch. Now your batter's number 13, Dalton Kuhn.
And a pinch hitter for Arroyo. With a base runner aboard. That is Dalton Kuhn. .53 plate appearances, .321 hitter, 9 RBIs, 17 hits, all singles. 10 runs scored, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts, 5 stolen bases. In for Arroyo, who has struck out 3 times in a row. Shelley's off to second. And Grayson Ash, apparently a little banged up. Well, the official, I think, is tossing out a fan. I think. Well, let's wait and see. Calling over one of the officials. Thought the initial indication was somebody was leaving, but apparently that, at least at the moment, is not the situation. And his pointing into the stands was simply for the purpose of going, hey, Mr. Official, I need some advice. So he's the liaison at the moment between the umpire officials and Coach Eiley. So no fans tossed. That was me speculating based on a hand gesture that was actually to grab an official. And also based on the fact I have heard a lot of verbiage from the stands. 2-1 pitch to Kuhn. Chops it over towards Darnell. Looks the runner back, goes to first with the throw, and gets Kuhn on the 5-3.
Now your batter's third baseman, number 4, Marco Navarro.
Marco Navarro next. A single and double, a fly out and ground out. Strike delivered to Navarro. McCurdo came into the ball game in the 7th. Or 2/3 of the 7th, all of the 8th. And has a couple of strikes on Navarro with 1 out in the 9th. Oh-2 pitch. Navarro gets a piece of it, stays alive. He is 2 of 4 in the game. With an RBI. That's a base hit. into center field. Steve Helms says play it safe. Holds Shelley at third.
Now pinch hitting, number 25, Lane Cook.
Couple of runners on for Lane Cook. Hitting where Holland Brock was previously. We have seen Cook previously in this tournament. He was the starting DH last night. And as the designated hitter last night, went 1 for 5 with an RBI and a run scored. And let's see if Cook was in the first game. Nope, did not play against Central Alabama. .35 at-bats, .343 hitter. 12 hits, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and a home run. 16 RBIs. And talking about an RBI about every other at-bat for Lane Cook. Count even at 1. Aiden Amos is on deck. And is chopped foul on the count 1-2. Shelley on at third, got hit by a pitch. Navarro at first, singled. Cook at the plate. That's a high chopper. The run in, the out at second. It's a one-run game.
Runners out at second on the second out. Now you batter shortstop, number 19, Aiden Amos.
2 gone. Cook getting a replacement.
For the Saints, Albert Rutledge.
And it's Albert Rutledge who will run it first. Aiden Amos coming to the plate, trying to extend the Saints season. McCurno on the hill trying to extend the Governor season and end the Saint one. One-run game, 2 gone in the inning. Rutledge back over to first. One-oh pitch, and it's 1-1 on Amos. Rutledge, sizable lead at first. Strike 2 on Amos. One ball, 2 strikes. Amos awaits. High pitch. Amos 1 for 4. This is the 5th meeting this year between the two. Wallace Dothan has won every one of the prior 4. Trying to win the 5th. Saints trying to get that runner at first, Rutledge in. And worry about a 7th run later. 2-2 pitch, outside, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Amos. Line to first, ball game over. Season ends for the Saints, continues for the Gums.
LBW 5, what a great game. Both teams play very hard. Wallace will advance to play in our next game in about 30 minutes.
Well, this one is over.
Time now is
6-5, Wallace Dothan win. There are your numbers. 12 hits, 6 runs, no errors committed. 15 Governors left on. 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second, in the fourth, in the seventh, and in the ninth. LBW, 13 hits, 5 runs, 3 errors, and a total of 11 left aboard. They'll get a run in the first, 2 runs in the fourth, and added a run each in the 8th and 9th. In a game originally slated for 5, now Central Alabama and Wallace Dothan will get about a 7:05 start. We will see you then. Thanks so much for watching. It is a Governor win. Govs and Trojans a half hour away. For the ACCC and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.